My name is Manorani Guy. I wear two hats. I am a business owner. I run an international student boarding house that's called Asian Student Accommodation. I also run an NGO. I'm the founder and president, which is called VicWise. I had a very, very colorful and interesting childhood. My father had two wives and my mother was the second wife. I lived between two homes and I thought when I was growing up that was very normal. Then the accident took place when I was 14 when my father fell terribly, terribly ill, and my grandmother shipped the three girls to India to study. That same year my father died and I never had a chance to say goodbye to him. And at the same time, my uncle stole family fortunes and kicked my mother out of the house. And we lost touch. It was only after I graduated and I returned back to Malaysia did I reconnect with her. And we had to rebuild a mother-daughter relationship. Then, of course, I migrated to Australia and I've been here for the past 35 years. And this is my final home and my final base in life. I'm making a cake, a walnut orange cake. What we do is we train the kids to use the kitchen, to use the facilities so that they don't burn my kitchen down, because it's good for the kids to learn how to become self-sufficient so that when they leave me, which they will, they can't stay with me forever. They're going to be very independent, streetwise, and ready to conquer the new world that they've come into. The kids are asleep, so when they wake up, they're going to have this beautiful smell coming from the oven. And that will wake them up. They'll come down looking for food when they smell the cake.
I need Sam's date, 27th of July.
Can you transfer this into a Tupperware for me, then wash it and give it to me?
Yes.
I need it for my rock, my soulmate. I'm very lucky. Many of my friends, when they meet him, say, could we borrow him? Could we have a husband like him?
I guess we need to go back to 1990. I was setting up a flat and decided to get a flatmate, and Menno arrived, and of course that sparked an interest, and I think between both of us. We chatted for some time. She didn't move in at that time, but we kept in contact, and as a result we then saw one another on a regular basis, and here we are 31 years later.
I've married a man who's extremely understanding, and I've inherited 9 siblings. He's come from a family of 9. I have one of the most warmest Australian family that welcomed me.
She's a very passionate person. She's very much Florence Nightingale. She's out there to help them where she can, to get herself involved with them all. So I guess I have to admire that passion and that determination.
I am very lucky that I've got a husband that supports me. So he's not no relative, under 18, RMIT chauffeur will pick him up. They will have his name on a banner, and then they will bring him straight here. He can't go anywhere. So if you're going to put petrol in your car, please put it before he arrives. I can't carry his luggage. You are the Superman, not me.
Right. Or I will do it after he arrives.
Or after. Yeah.
Or after he arrives makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes. So, your thoughts?
Then tomorrow, another student is arriving with the father.
Yes.
So don't make any plans to go anywhere in the morning, even though it's Sunday. I will text and find out what time they're going to be here. They're also arriving, so we'll have 2 students this weekend.
I won't need fuel tomorrow. I've already got fuel. Nice.
Well, today's our last day to have fun then.
There she is.
It is our last day to have fun.
I'm Anjali Kuminen and I am Manorani's niece. So these are the bedrooms. She knows what it's like to be one of us. She's one of our success stories in terms of international student well-being and being an international student that set up a life, a beautiful one here in Australia. Her door's always open and, you know, full of food, laugh, hard truths. But end of the day, I think what's really special about Mano, the auntie, is that both of us are growing in our careers at the same time, and that's always really special to share. Come camera, let me show you the big lion on the back. So this here is Simba, and this bookshelf is really special because over the last 20 years, since Malcolm and Mano opened up their boarding house in 1998, every student that's come here has left a part of them. So for example, when I was in year 12, Othello was my final English exam. So after I left my Othello book here. But I think it's really cool and also really special because it shows you how things have changed but also haven't changed, because as students come and fill up the bookshelf, they find bits and pieces and they go, oh my god, I have to do that now and I have to study that now. So that's a really special part of the house. So this is also my book, The White Tiger. I think it's a great book. We have to ignore the doggy ears though. It's a shame because I am an author, but I am very guilty of reading my books like this. But that brings me on to my role at VicWise. So I've been really lucky to be VicWise's in-house resident advisor on all things public relations, communications, strategy. Been really lucky in my career early on to work with some amazing big brands that we all know and love. So yeah.
A few years ago, I had a bit of an issue with the landlord. He ended up reaching out to me and say that you have to move out now. Like, I don't want you to be here at all. You know, like first time ever having to deal with something like that. It was a huge shock and a bit traumatizing as well. Luckily, I still got I got a hold of Mano, and she said that like, hey, that's okay. Ask him to stay for that night, and tomorrow move everything to my place. Organize someone, move straight to my place. I eventually moved into Mano's accommodation, and for a year helping her and, you know, learning from her, doing different projects with her, and we have a bond since then.
Being an international student, not knowing the job market requirement, I think Mano has been pretty helpful, giving some feedbacks time to time, because as an international student you don't know what to do, what not to do, or even which company to choose would be a good thing. I think Mano is a good listener and at the same time giving me a little heads up, connect me with people. Yeah, I think job market here, even to get a part-time job, was pretty tough, and Mano was very encouraging throughout the process.
Mel and I, we have no children of our own. I think it's my karma to look after other people's children. We started a boarding house in 1998, welcoming students from so many different countries. I think I would have made a fabulous stepmom because I can love anyone's kids at any time. Any color, any age, whatever, I can give this unconditional love. I guess looking at the struggles and pain that I went through when I was an international student at 14, I can see that in these students, and I can see they need a place to call home. They need to have this sense of belonging. So remember, every tram stop has a number, okay? So our number is 21. Whenever you come home, you get down at stop 21. And even when you catch the tram to go to school, to go to the city, you go to stop 21. Tram 19, stop 21. What do you do when you get lost?
Look at the number. Stop.
You call me, you've got my mobile number, all right? And I'll tell you.
I set here as a home in my phone, so whenever I lost, I check the Google Map.
Very good. All right. If you're a good Google Map readers, you will never get lost.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See you all go.
Yeah.
See you. I adore being with the students. I adore looking after them and supporting them and also learning from them. They're one of the most amazing group of people, talented. I'm 65, but when I'm with them, I feel I'm 20. VicWise, I could say, is Australia's only international student organization that provides a holistic care and education on areas outside the university. We provide what is called a wraparound service. We call ourselves an octopus. We have our tentacles, reaching out and supporting the students in many areas of life, such as accommodation, financial stress, food stress, legal literacy, domestic violence, wage theft, mental health. We are running a workshop, an interactive theatre workshop on domestic violence, and we are now setting the place up and waiting for the cast and crew to arrive, and of course the participants.
Hey everyone, I'm Kaushal. I volunteered at VicWise here, a board member, and also looking after the operations. Day-to-day activities at VicWise involve looking after the volunteers, volunteer management, looking after execs, projects that we do here. That really mean to the community and the greater impact. Particularly founded from the leadership of Mano, VicWise, which came from a thought and an essence.
And we also provide equity and safety for the students who have come all over the world to start a new life. And we've built a community, a tribe, a platform that provides a sense of belonging and purpose. And I think that's very important. Students need a sense of belonging and purpose and trust in their lives. To empower an individual here, we're talking about international students that come from so many different countries from all over the world. They come from China, from India, from Nepal, Sri Lanka, Colombia, America, you name it. There's a long list. But this individual, from my point of view, is to watch their growth, their development behind the scenes as they find the courage and persistence to go after what they want in life unapologetically, to know that they have every right to be in the position that they are in, and to never feel guilty or ashamed of their talents and success in this country that they currently call home, and where we welcome them with open arms. I hope that people will change the lens of how they see our students and see them as someone who is empowered and who has the talent to give back to our community and our society.